Okay, this is your warm-up for your Q&A mock at 225 words a minute. Ready? Did you inspect the car and also the trailer at that time?
No, sir. We moved it from the road site, and it was inspected at Port City Ford at the time.
Did you inspect it at that time?
Yes, sir. We looked at it. Yes, sir.
Could you tell us positively whether or not it was a total loss?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Both or one?
Both the truck or car or whatever you call it, and the trailer the damage exceeded the value of the unit.
And you determined that both were a total loss?
Yes, sir. Both were a total loss.
Did you check the trailer hitch itself?
Yes, sir. Mr. Sox tried to find out why. He requested us to look at it, which we did.
Did you look at the trailer hitch yourself?
Yes, sir, we did.
Could you determine whether, if anything, a breakage occurred in the trailer hitch?
There was a breakage there at that time. Well, we did look at it. Yes, sir.
And where was that break?
It's been too long without looking at it and seeing, It's just been too long.
Can you look at this thing right here and tell us whether or not that is what you saw at the time?
No, sir, I can't say whether that is the exact one. It has the same similarities of the one that was on the vehicle.
Okay, this is your Q&A mock at 225 words per minute. Your proper names are Ms. Smith, Melvin Baxter, Exxon, Beth Smith, Kara Jin, Lake Jackson, Chuck Thomas, Chuck, States Exhibit number 27, States Exhibit number 26, States Exhibit number 5, States Exhibit number 6, Brown, Wells County, State of Texas, States Exhibit number 7, States Exhibit number 8, and States Exhibit number 11. Ready? Good morning, Ms. Smith. How are you?
Good morning.
Ma'am, my name is Melvin Baxter. I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
In relation to the video that was recorded at the store that you worked at Exxon, are you the person responsible for making those recordings?
No.
How are those recordings normally kept? Do you know how the equipment is maintained or the actual technical means by which the videos are recorded?
No, sir.
Do you know if on the date that this particular incident took place, if this equipment was properly functioning or had been checked by any type of technical individuals that could make sure that this equipment was properly functioning?
No, sir.
And you do not necessarily yourself own this particular equipment, is that correct?
That's right.
And you don't control who has access to this equipment, is that correct?
That's correct.
And Ms. Smith, first, let me ask you again your full name, ma'am.
Beth Smith.
And where do you currently work, ma'am?
At the Carriage Inn in Lake Jackson.
Did you used to work anywhere else before you were with the Carriage Inn?
Yes, at the Exxon convenience store.
And you're pointing to your right. Is that you that we're seeing on screen right now in this clip?
Yes, sir.
And how long had you been working at that Exxon station before this robbery occurred?
About 4 or 5 months.
Okay, and how soon was it after that you decided to leave for another job?
Maybe 1 or 2 months later.
Okay, I'll begin playing at 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Ms. Smith, do you see the two individuals that came into the convenience store?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you in fact remember that night?
I do.
Before continuing with the video, I want to ask you a couple of questions. When those individuals walked into your store, at first, what was your mindset?
That it might be a joke.
Okay, and why did you think it was a joke?
I don't know. It seemed kind of unreal to me,
Okay, did you recognize one of the individuals?
Well, not at first.
Okay, well, after time passed?
Yes.
After some interaction, did you recognize one of the individuals?
Yes, sir. After a while, I did.
Okay, where were the individuals primarily located during the course of this robbery, if you remember?
There was one that was behind the counter, and then the other one was looking out the door and watching around the store.
Okay, and which of the individuals did you recognize?
A guy named Chuck Thomas.
And which one? You said there was an individual behind the counter?
Yes.
And also one around the store. Which one was he?
The one behind the counter.
When the individuals walked in, did any of them say anything to you?
Not until they got behind the counter.
Okay, when they got behind the counter, which individual said something to you? And what did that individual say?
It was Chuck, and he said, "Give it to me. Give me the money."
Okay, at this point in time, did you still think it was a joke?
No.
What was it about that person that you recognized?
His voice, his stature, the way he moved, his eyes. When he was right beside me, I looked right into his eyes.
Was he friends with you?
No.
Okay, then how did you see him before?
He had come into the store quite a few different mornings before with his girlfriend.
I'd like to first show you States Exhibit number 27. Do you recognize the individual in this photo?
Yes, sir.
And who is that?
That's Chuck, the guy who robbed the store.
Okay, and I'd like to show you States Exhibit number 26. Do you recognize this person?
Yes, sir.
And who is that?
His girlfriend.
Okay, and is that the girlfriend you said that Chuck came into the store with on multiple occasions?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Smith, was there any particular location of the store where you would store money?
Yes, sir.
And where was that?
Under the register in a cigar box.
Okay, I'd like to show you what at this point has been marked as State's Exhibit number 5. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes.
State's Exhibit number 6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
9?
Yes.
10?
Yes.
And 11?
Yes.
Are these various photographs?
Of the store?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and just for clarification, if you could say yes or no louder so the court reporter can hear.
Okay.
You did not take these photographs, correct?
No, I didn't.
Are these fair and accurate depictions of the store as well as yourself and various parts of the store?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Smith, was there a photo taken just for identification purposes that night of you?
Yes, sir.
And is that what we see here in State's Exhibit number 5?
Yes, sir.
About what time was this had occurred, ma'am, if you remember?
About 8:30.
Okay, I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 6 now. Is that a fair and accurate representation of the outside of the store?
Yes, sir.
And in what city is this store located
In
in?
Brown?
And of course, Wells County,
Yes, sir.
state of Texas.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit number 7. Are we seeing a little bit more of an up-close snapshot of the store?
Yes, sir.
Just watch out for the juror's eyes. You want to point using the clicker here if we need to display anything. From that viewpoint in the front of the store, Ms. Smith, where would the front counter be where you would be stationed?
On the left.
If you could use your pointer.
Oh, excuse me. Right there.
Okay, towards the left of the doorway.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm displaying State's Exhibit number 8. If you can see that, ma'am, can you tell us, what are we seeing in this photograph?
The front of the counter where I stand when I work.
Okay, and is that you off in the upper left-hand corner we're seeing?
Yes, sir.
And so if you already said this, I apologize. You would be stationed behind the counter then from the opposite viewpoint of where we're looking.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit number 11. What do we see here?
The cigarette display at the very back of the store behind the counter.
Okay, so is this behind the counter where you're stationed?
Yes, sir.
Why was it relevant to take a picture of those cigarettes?
They stole some on the way out.
Okay, and when you say they, are you?